offense for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith.
The pass complete to number 84. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now this one complete on the slant route. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And this one too low.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, these two teams you might remember met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to get in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
2nd and 4. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Now, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Hands it off out of the gun.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there.
His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a tradition.
And he will go down, a Cowboys sack.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play here for Dallas. 51 yards.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but guys slinging one downfield.
And that's how you start a drive because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try and run the option left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on it the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion, and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it, because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Another run here with Sanders. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the catch made by Walters. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now here's a throw that's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with a 17-3 cushion already, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he will have a first down as they're in the field goal range now at the 30.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving once again from our gang here in Orlando to yours. We'll get back to AT&T Stadium in a minute, but first, let's take a look at what's coming up later this holiday weekend. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins, as that promises to be a tight one. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Yeah, on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And a short gain down to about the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
They'll set up to throw. This is caught. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll have the 1st down as he's up to about the 18. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Another run with Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They're going to look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And out now come the Cowboys.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there. And now 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
As they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Dallas, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.